Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. This is my report titled Tide Tables Essential for Mariners. What is tide table? A tide table is a useful guide that predicts when high and low tides will occur at a particular coastal location, along with how high or low the water will reach. These predictions are based mainly on the moon's gravitational pull, with additional influence from the sun's position and local coastal features like bay shape and ocean depth. Tide tables help sailors navigate safely. Fishermen plan their trips, and beachgoers avoid getting stranded by rising waters. Importance to seafarers. Tide tables help ships time their arrivals and departures to match favorable tide conditions. Deep draft vessels, for example, needs high tide to enter or leave port safely. They also prevent grounding by showing when water levels are too shallow for safe passage, protecting ships from hitting the bottom. Using tides wisely improves fuel efficiency by reducing the effort needed to navigate challenging currents. Additionally, cargo operations benefits from the stable water levels during loading and unloading, keeping the ship steady at the berth. By planning around tides, mariners enhance safety, save fuel, and avoid costly delays. Example scenario: Port arrival. A cargo ship heading to Mumbai port is scheduled to dock at 8 a.m. The tide table indicates low tide at 7:45 a.m., water depth 3 meters, and high tide at 2 p.m., water depth 8 meters. Since the ship requires at least 6 meters of depth to unload safely, the captain reschedules arrival for 2 p.m. This avoids getting stuck in shallow water and ensures smooth cargo operation. Additional uses in maritime operation. These are example scenario. First, dredging operations. A dredging team in Rotterdam plans working during low tide to maximize sediment exposure, improving efficiency. Next, offshore construction. Wind turbine installers in the North Sea schedule pile driving during slack tide, minimal current, for precision. Third, environmental monitoring. Scientists study high tide flooding in Venice to model climate change impacts on historic sites. Fourth, salvage operation. Salvagers in Florida wait for spring tides, extra high highs, to refloat a sunken vessel with natural buoyancy. Last, tidal current navigation. A ferry in Alaska times departure with flood tide to ride incoming currents, cutting fuel use by 20%. Conclusion: Tide tables are vital tools for anyone working or traveling on the water. They show when and how much tide will rise or fall, helping sailors, fishermen, and even beachgoers plan their activities safely. By checking tide tables, boaters can avoid running aground in shallow areas, time their trips to ride favorable currents, and dock or load cargo when water levels are just right. Whether you're a professional captain or a weekend kayaker, understanding tide means smoother, safer, and more efficient journeys. Always check the tides before setting out. It's a simple step that makes all the difference. Thank you for watching. This is Debersen Eyongyot. Peace out.